Since this afternoon was super rainy, I thought it would be great for the boys to do their own little back to school DIY. We wanted to create a message board, so we picked up a $2 box of Scrabble tiles at the thrift store and two $1.25 packs of magnets. And the boys got to work gluing the magnets to the back of the Scrabble tiles. This way we'd be able to leave each other little inspirational messages. Philip just called me out. He said that he has something that he needs me to design for him in the garage. So we're gonna go see what he's up to. I did see him moving the paddle boards on the quad, so I'm thinking he needs help building a paddle board rack for the garage because he has too many toys in the garage and he's need a little more space, like an upper level. Okay, so what are you doing? Yeah, on the side of the garage. So we kind of need like a little lean-to building there where we can put paddle boards and stuff that we don't want to get weathered all the time. Because how long are the paddle boards? 10 feet?
I think they're a little longer than 10 feet.
A little longer than 10 feet. They're definitely not longer than the garage, so.
No.
And deflate them, and they have a pump, and they're really easy to put together, but sometimes we want to use them multiple days in a row, and there's really no point in deflating them. Especially if we're going to use them on property. The good thing about them inflating is that we can take them in the truck and they don't have to go on a rack on the top. They actually fit into a backpack. So that's actually like amazing because we can take them on these little roll backpacks. So if we were going on a vacation somewhere or an airplane or something, we could just roll it like a suitcase and take it with us. So these are pretty awesome. But yeah, deflating them every time we want to use them on property isn't really ideal. So I do think we need to build something here for sure. Like a rack they can go on.
Yeah,
but
they could just slide into, maybe even, I don't know.
And then, yeah, because the fins underneath just come off really easily. And then, but I think I would like it to have a little bit of a roof spot, like a lean-to with a roof, because then they're not getting weathered or so sun-bleached.
But it's a perfect spot out of here because there's no wind or anything. And
yeah.
Out of the way. Perfect spot out of the way.
Add that to the list of outdoor projects. So Philip and I have a lot of ideas of what we want to do with the property. We want to get an outdoor fire pit area set up. We do have a little temporary one, but we want to build a gorgeous outdoor fire pit with seating that's in a more permanent spot. And then, of course, Philip and the boys are working on some trails to go quadding and dirt biking through our acreage. And the boys have their trampoline. We are going to be working on a barn revamp coming up really soon on our channel for our ducks and chickens. All the supplies are already here. And then we're also going to be working on a building that we're going to build an outdoor kennel and play area for the dogs because basset hounds like to follow their nose, so it's going to be nice for them to have a spot to play outside in a bigger area without wandering into the forest because there's so much acreage behind us that I just don't want either of them getting, you know, a porcupine or into an animal that they don't want to meet up in the forest. And then we do have plans to do a huge greenhouse, and so I want to show you where we want to put some of our homesteading parts that we want to put on the acreage. Woo, it's windy today. Okay, so this is where, on this side of the house here, the other side is where we just were with the garage, and there's a bit of a hill here that the boys like to go up. And then at the very top of this hill, there is sort of a flat area that wraps around to the back of the barn. And so this area, our dining room window is there and our living room window is there. So it would be a beautiful view. Out this way would be a perfect spot for us to put raised garden beds and a greenhouse. And then what we're thinking is building some pastures for some smaller barn animals that would be fenced off back in this area here behind the tree. So we have a little path the kids take around the house on their quad. Back of the garage and our barn that we're going to be revamping. So you can see we have this huge spot here to be able to do really a lot of outdoor gardening and growing options over here. So from this view where the greenhouse would be, we have the highway there. Our brook is here. Obviously our house is here. And then the garage and barn are over here. And then we own acreage all the way behind surrounding the entire property. So we have a lot of room here to make different trails or even clear some areas to be able to do future things. But we want to get that done. And And then in the springtime, we're hoping to do a wraparound porch from the existing porch that goes on the front porch all the way around the side of the house, and then around to the back by the kitchen. That would mean that we have a front porch, a side porch, and an upper porch where our bedroom looks out, because currently there's a patio door there that doesn't have a deck out on the upper or the lower. So that definitely needs to have something. So that just stays permanently locked right now because obviously we can't step out of it. Bottom part of the deck that would be on the lower part, which would be like barbecue and like eating, outdoor kitchen, would be all screened in for us to enjoy. And then the upper part would be more for like stargazing. I wanted to show you what bed we actually had here in the dining room when mom and dad were visiting, because this bed now, before we get the new flooring put in the dining room, is going to get taken down. What are we gonna do with this extra bed? I know, a whole extra bed, headboard, footboard, and all the bedding that goes with this. But the good news is we have our little blue sky cottage. And so this bed is going to get taken down and it's gonna get transported to the new property, because this will be the bed that guests will get to stay in the master room in that cottage space. So when they rent, they'll be able to have a brand new mattress, nice stuff in there. We're gonna have some pretty awesome setups at that spot with some accommodations. And so I think it's a great idea. We're gonna pack this up and get this moved over there. So I wanted to just give you a quick glimpse of it before we actually tear it down. Gotta strip the beds. Mom and dad spent the 2 weeks here with us on it. So we're gonna strip this, wash everything, get it all packed up, and then moved over to the cottage. And I wanna show you, I completed the wall where the fireplace was. So I wanna show you that before we get on to the next parts of transforming this room, which is the biggest job, and that is getting the new flooring in. So the mantle is now been installed, and we put some artwork and just a few of our favorite little vintage knickknacks on top. And I now have all of the wood tree cookies inside. The paint's all dry. And what I'm gonna have to do now is actually remove the wood tree cookies, because we do need to put the flooring in the bottom. You can see the floor here at the abandoned home is really bad. And we started the flooring coming in from the hallway here, and we need to transition it coming now into the whole dining room. But I think that this is looking really cute, and it's gonna transition with everything else we've done in this room, like that cool wallpaper. And since I know you guys always ask me for a little bit more of a close-up on what are the things that I have on my shelves, Mom and I picked up these cute brass candlestick holders, and I just put some IKEA candles in them because I had a pack already. These were $2.99 for the tall one, and then two of these little ones together were $2.99. And this is just sort of like a short, chunky vanilla candle. I love vanilla candles, and I wanted to keep it up off of the mantle and give it some character. So I actually had this wood lid of a jar that I had broken previously, which happens to work out to be the perfect little thing to prop this up and give it just a little bit more character on the mantle. This really cute little vintage porcelain basset hound set actually came from one of our YouTube family members, and it's one of my favorite things I own. And I picked up this brass taller vintage style candlestick holder here for $3.99, again when Mom was here, for this white jug. And I just couldn't leave it there. It just had this gorgeous handle, and I love the textures on the bottom. And then I just put some fake greener in it for now because I'm lacking on the real plants at the new place here since we've got here. I'm still working on getting my collection back up. Really loving all of the organic elements on the fireplace. Let me know what you think. Who doesn't love getting packages in the mail? I'm so excited because I'm going to be teaming up with Tiny Horse to do a little bit of content with our favorite basset hounds. You know, we have not one, not two, but 3 basset hounds, and walking the 3 of them together when they're super stubborn can be a bit of a challenge. So I reached out to Tiny Horse to have this package delivered, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So I'm excited to show you what came in our package. Oh, I can see a package. We have a gorgeous leather leader. Here is the handler, which is connected to the multi-lead system. So it's a gorgeous Tiny Horse leather handler. So I can walk hands-free or hold it with the handler. And then this is the multi-leash system. The gorgeous colors that I selected for the actual leads. So all of these are connected to the loop, which makes it a lot easier so they're not getting all tangled up. And then I can connect it to either just the handler or to the leader that I can wear on my body and walk them hands-free, maybe either across my chest here or around my waist. But check out these colors. I thought these went really nicely with our coastal vibe of like a blue gray, the black navy, and then 3 different shades of this gorgeous brown leather. And then, you know, I love my mustard yellow color. So we got a little bit of all my favorite vibes in here. And these are absolutely beautifully designed. And of course they have the Tiny Horse branding on them, which I love to be able to support business. So this is a Canadian business and she does all these herself. They're all handmade. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm excited to show you how the system works, but I'm going to put all the information down so you guys can check it out, but tinyhorse.ca. So the next projects on this room are getting the rest of the room painted and the flooring in. So we have lots of work ahead of us. So stay tuned to videos later on this week. We're going to be revealing the entire dining room space. I can't wait for you to see everything all come together. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.